Hey everybody, how you doing? So good to see everybody today. It is great to see you, and I see everybody's already here. Man, you guys are great. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. So I want to say welcome, welcome. I'm going to do a special training tonight called "How to Make Money Without Working," and this is something that I kind of wanted to experiment with and see how you guys felt about this, and to see if I could get you to think about some of the stuff that we got going on in the Black Business School, and kind of let you in on some stuff that we're doing that I think is pretty awesome. So anyway, I want to say hi to everybody here. I see Dr. Vibe and Robert Eskridge and Gilbert Thomas, Patrick Booker. Patrick says it's a pleasure to be in the same time and space as a mind as yours. Thank you for your free attendance. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming. And it's so good to see you. Clarence DeVoe, Donna Brooks. Let me know what city you're from. Shout out the city you're from. Tracy Turner, Ronnie Williams, Ruth Getting Things Done. I like that. I like that name a lot. Lamont, C Dub, Dion Rice, B1 Niagara Falls. Let's see here. What else do I see? I see Alton Perkins from Arizona, Justin Pender from NYC. So good to see everybody. So good to see you. And for those of you that are not inside the private webinar, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to share a link that will be in the chat on YouTube, where you guys can come in and participate in the conversation and get access to the things that I might share during the discussion. So this is a kind of a special day in the sense that that I am going to sort of do a little bit of a training here and hopefully blow your mind. I'm hoping that I can impress you and get you to think about things a little bit differently. And then we'll see if I can succeed at that. Okay, so let's see. I'm hitting some buttons here, and sometimes y'all know how it is with technology. Weird things happen. Let me know. Oh, let me know if you can hear me okay. Give me a yes, you can hear me okay. And let me hit this button. There we go. And what I'm going to also do is hit a couple more buttons here. So how many of you right now are trading in things like stock options and stuff like that? Like maybe buying and selling options. Some of you are already in the Prime program, and that's what I'm actually going to talk about today. So if you're already in the Prime program, then you may already know a lot of this stuff. So I just want to let you guys know. But anyway, the Prime program is stands for Passive Recurring Income Machine. As you guys know, it's something that I do with my own family in the sense that this is the way we generate our income. This is the way we make our money, and this is something that we've been working on and building for a very long time, and it's gone extremely well, and it's something that a lot of you enjoy. And so, Justin, I know Justin's in the Prime program, and Ruth says I'm not too familiar with it. So, those of you that are in the Prime program, then I encourage you to feel free to share with the other students what your experience has been in case they have any questions. So, because I am going to get to that for sure. And at the end, if that's okay, if you can give me a yes in the chat to let me know it's okay that I share this with you and make an offer to you, then I appreciate that. I don't want to push anything on you that you're not comfortable with. And so if you can give me a quick yes to let me know if I give you a good discussion and you can learn something today, is it okay if I make a special offer for you to join us in Prime? And what I'm going to also do um, is put a link for those of you on YouTube to join us inside the webinar so you can have so you can sort of get directly into the conversation. So I'm hitting buttons here, and there we go. I'm going to pin this to the top. All right, righty, there we go. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, so I see some yeses. Thank you very much. And Kimberly is asking, why do people waste their time trolling? I have no idea. I don't know why trolls. I don't know. I feel bad for them, but hey, whatever it is. I mean, there's always somebody. If you ever get happy, there's always going to be somebody who's not happy that you're happy, right? Because they're not happy, and you gotta forgive them for they know not what they do. But just in case people want to know, we eliminate trolls pretty quickly. So I tell people, look, if you're going to troll, you better be a quiet troll, because when the professor is teaching, I am not interested in teaching people that don't want to be taught or want to get in the way of the process. So give me a yes if it's okay if I introduce you to the Prime program at the end and give you a special offer to join. If that's okay, then type a yes in the chat. That way I can know that it's all right for me to sort of show this to you. All right, so so let me share my screen here. And this training, as you know, is called How to Make Money Without Working. Now, those of you on YouTube, I put the link at the chat at the top where you can join us inside the Zoom if you want to come on in. If not, that's okay too. And so let me see if I can pull my slides up. I know that they're around here somewhere. And this is something that thought was fun to do because it was really something I learned about in grad school. Way back in my PhD program, I learned all about stock options from more of a theoretical standpoint and what options could do in terms of not just wealth creation but income generation, and how options could be used sort of to magically manage risk in such a way that it could benefit you in a pretty awesome way. And so, what I want to do is just kind of show you the income generation side of selling stock options and why I think this is just a cool way to make money, and you can do it without working at all, actually. By the way, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip through a couple slides. I need you to let me know if this is coming through okay. I'm trying out a new platform for the first time. I've never done a webinar in StreamYard before. So give me a yes if you're able to see this on your screen. Also, as I flip through, give me a yes if you're seeing these slides move. I'm just going to go and get started, and then you can just kind of let me know you can see me. Then I'm going to stop for a minute and make sure everything's coming through okay. That way we don't I'm not just talking to myself or messing everything up. All right, so the first question is, why are you here? Well, one of the reasons that I believe that you're here is because you want to learn how to generate passive streams of income. The thing is that a lot of us grew up believing that you had to work in order to make money. It took me a very long time to understand that that's just not true. Most wealthy people don't really work to actually make their money, but you have to have something. You have to have a capital base. So the whole concept behind all of this really comes down to having that capital base necessary for you to be able to generate income for your family. And this is how I generate most of my income. All right. So there's a lot of people that ask, how do we make, all this money that we make? I think we've probably, as a unit, have made over $20 million in the last 5 or 6 years. And we do it through a multitude of ways. And most of the money that we make gets reinvested in the Black community, because I knew from the very beginning that in order for us to do what we do, we had to be our own bank. We had to raise our own funds. We had to find ways to invest in a certain way and strategically and intelligently, because this kind of work doesn't really get funded. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a basketball player. I'm just a professor. And unfortunately, Black men who are professors, we're not necessarily as popular or as seen as much as Black men who do other things. So we did this. We got this done. But I don't talk about money much because I don't believe in bragging about how much money you make. We just take our money and we quietly reinvest it in the community. We've hired tons and tons of people in the community. We've developed infrastructure. We've done things like the All Black National Convention. So if you want to know where the money goes, that's where the money goes. It's not like I buy Lamborghinis and stuff with the money. It's all the vast majority gets reinvested. So one of the things you want to learn today, the reason I'm guessing that you're here, is because you want to learn how to generate passive streams of income using stock options. You also want to level up your life. A lot of us want to do that. We don't want to stay where we are. We don't want to stay stagnant. You also want to invest in a way that's safe, affordable, and impactful on your family and your finances. Right. Okay. So these are some things that tend to drive investors. And then the biggest thing here is leaving a generational legacy of wealth, and not just a legacy in terms of money that you leave, but also legacy in terms of just how you make money. Right. Remember that when you give money to your kids, that's nice. That's a wonderful thing. But how you make your money, teaching how you make your money, and teaching them how that, little things that other parents don't teach their kids, like you don't actually have to work for anybody. That's golden. That's very powerful. Now, I assume you were able to see the slides. Okay, you can see and hear me great. Okay, thank you, C-Dub. I appreciate that. All right, so what I'm going to do is get back to sharing my screen again, and I'm just going to sort of break this down for you so you guys can see what is going on here. So give me a second. Thank you for being patient with me as I try this new software. I'm really trying something new. So, all right. So let's move on. What are you trying to avoid? Well, the first thing you're trying to avoid is the pain of generational curses. I think most of us know somebody somewhere who blew the bag, so to speak, who doesn't manage their resources properly, who has harmed their family in a horrible way when it comes to bad economic choices. A lot of us also are seeking to avoid the trauma of financial insecurity. As you guys know, in the Black Business School, we created the first ever Black Financial Therapy Department that basically focuses on bringing in the best therapists in the Black community to allow us to focus on the psychological barriers that come with building Black wealth, right? Because there's a lot of psychological issues that are blocking the community. And by the way, do you see this latest slide up here? Because it almost looks like there might be a lag or something. Do you see the slide that says what do you want to avoid? Now I'm getting a little bit paranoid here. Let me check to see, because the weird thing is I can't see you all when I go full screen like that. Were you all able to see those slides, like the ones that say "Why are you here?" or the next one, like "What are you trying to avoid?" You're able to see that. Okay, thank you all for testing me. By the way, in case you're wondering, we're all guinea pigs right now. Okay, sharp focus on the slide. Okay, all right. Did it come off like? Did it look like it was like a slideshow presentation where it was line by line, or did it look like everything was up there at one time? Let me know. Let me know, because I really want to know this, because I really got to make sure I do this right. So okay, so you're able to see all that. You're able to see the okay. All right, I'll try it again. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is all right, so let me pop it up here again, because as I was looking at myself on a different screen, I didn't see any movement. I didn't see anything changing, so I was really concerned about that. So that says, what do you want to avoid? And it's got the pain of generational curses, the trauma of financial insecurity, the stress of working for other people, things like that. And then on this slide, you should see a picture of me as a baby. And this is basically an explanation of who I am. Now, let me know if you see the picture of me as a baby. Give me a yes in the chat if you see baby Boyce up here. This is interesting. This is a great picture because this is from my second birthday party. And apparently, it was the greatest, most epic party of all time. And oh, you see the slide deck on the left. Okay, I don't know why you'll see the slide deck, but it's, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna do this other mode. I'll just put it up like this. But yeah, I heard this was the greatest party ever. My mother told me that it was a lot of fun and everybody had a blast, and I but I don't remember any of it. But anyway, I was born to a 17-year-old single mother. I was a product of a lot of generational economic curses in my family, and these curses basically came in the form of a lot of financial trauma, a little bit of poverty. We were born, or I was born in the projects. Technically, I can say that, and I can say, that I grew up with little weird things like, I didn't think it was abnormal to have like a roach on your sandwich, right, and to flick it off and keep eating. I didn't think that was weird, and so we didn't have a lot of money growing up. I know that some people think that if you have money, you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth. I assume a lot of you go through that. I see Vic says you had hair. Yeah, I did have hair. I was 2 years old, and but in that house, that's my grandmother holding me. My grandmother is the Black Panther that we named Felicia after her, because she was the first person to teach me about economics and everything else. And so ultimately, my grandmother's house, it's in a really bad neighborhood now. You can't even hardly live there anymore. But that was kind of my upbringing. And so one of the things that happened growing up was, I was taught little things that just aren't true, like about dream jobs. And I learned over time that there's no such thing as a dream job, because nobody dreams about going to work every day. Labor is not something that we dream about. And also, I struggled in school. I failed most of my classes. I had never made a single A in any class ever until I got to college. I kid you not. And so it was very surprising to a lot of people when I went to college, and I had the highest grade point average of all the black students on the entire campus. They were very surprised by that, but that was mainly because I had a baby when I was 18, and I wanted to take care of that baby. I was also a single father at the age of 18, as I mentioned. I had a baby, and also learned about racism at an early age, right? So I learned the hard way what a lot of us understand, which is that, even if you're working just as hard as everybody else and you're doing a great job and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, sometimes things still don't work out. Sometimes you don't get the opportunity you deserve. And so I don't believe the economy is stable for black and white people. I don't believe it's the same. I think that white people and black people have a different economic reality, which means that we have to make different decisions, right? We have to make decisions with different levels of resources and different kinds of strategies. And that's why in the Black Business School, I refer to my team of scholars and thinkers that we bring to the convention and through the school as our Black wealth surgeons, our Black economic surgeons, who basically, maybe Black economic BES, right? They're the best. They're the BES, Black economic surgeons. They're the best because they're focused on Black people, and they are committed to understanding the unique idiosyncrasies, the challenges that come with being Black, instead of thinking that we're just white people in black skin and have the same opportunities. I just don't. I simply do not believe that. So anyway, I became very obsessed with Black wealth, Black family, and the Black community. So that's my obsession to this day. And I also believe in personal power, commitment, Black love, and responsibility. I believe that these are the things that are going to fix the community. I believe that if we are committed and we love each other and we are responsible and intelligent and we work hard, we will be successful. That's going to require a lot of focus, but we're getting there. All right. So, what did I choose to become over time? Well, in college, I was a Wall Street Journal outstanding graduating senior in finance. That's the best finance student on the entire campus. One of my big doses of reality was when I got that award and I applied to 120 Wall Street firms for a job. And I did not get a single job offer. And so, but then again, sometimes your blessings come in disguise because I was watching old videos from 9/11, and I started thinking, I said, gosh, if I had gotten that Wall Street offer, I would have went to Wall Street at that time. And who knows, I could have been, in lower Manhattan, in 9/11 or something, right? I got a master's degree in mathematical statistics. So I did math and statistics for my master's degrees. I completed the requirements for both degrees. I didn't go to graduation though, because I really wanted the big prize. The big prize for me at the time was the PhD in finance, which was really hard. No other Black person on the entire planet got a PhD in finance during the year 2002. To this day, I've been looking. There's nobody else who got that degree that year on Earth. And the reason is that it was really, really hard, super, super hard. And so I ended up teaching in the University of Kentucky, Indiana University, Syracuse University, and the Ohio State University. So I've taught at a lot of universities over time, and it's been a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. And hopefully, I've helped a lot of people through that process. I've written several books, including books like "What If George Bush Were a Black Man," "Financial Lovemaking," "Black American Money" 1, 2, and 3, "The New Black Power" 1 and 2. My latest book is "The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power." And all these books were published by my publishing company, and we were able to sell over 100,000 copies of books on our own because we wanted to build our own infrastructure. I'm super proud of that. That's something that we've worked hard at. I've been on hundreds of media outlets talking about all kinds of stuff, and you guys may know some of that. And also, we have 156,000 students in the Black Business School. I'm extremely proud of that because my goal was not so much to simply chase around other people and what they're doing. I said, we can do as much as they can do. If they can build it, we can build it. If they can do it, we can do it. If they're smart, we're smart too. We're smarter than them. I think we're smarter than everybody. And so I believe B1 people, Black first people, are literally the most intelligent group of people on the planet. And that's what I represent. And that's what I fight for. And that's what we do every day. Now, give me a yes in the chat if you can still hear me. Let me know you can still hear me okay. And you can see the slides and everything else. As you guys know, I'm trying a different platform now. And so if you can hear me, just give me a quick yes so I can know that I'm coming through all right. In fact, what I'm gonna do is stop sharing for a second. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, I DM'd you a screenshot of what we see in IG. Okay. All right, excellent. Okay, good. Thank you so much for giving me the yeses. I appreciate that. And we have over 500,000,000 views on YouTube and other social media, millions of followers, things like that, because we've been doing that strategically over about a 14-year period. Now, my biggest investment ever was my wife, and that was, I didn't know that caused quite a stir on the internet. The video got viewed hundreds of thousands of times, and I was very proud of that because not only did I get to marry the woman of my dreams, but also she's a tremendous partner in everything that we do. She helped me to create the first ever Black financial therapy department in the Black Business School, where we get together with our therapists like Dr. Brittany Henry and others, and we talk about some of the challenges that our people have that block us from building wealth. Right? Money is very psychological. If you don't overcome your psychological hurdles, then you will never ever really be able to get where you want to get to. So I got on that knee in front of that Black woman, and I was super proud of it, and I did not care what anybody thought. And so anybody that had an issue with it, I said, well, you know what? We got to love each other. If you ain't man enough to love a Black woman, then you ain't no man to me. So that's where I stand. That's what I believe, and this was my greatest investment ever, along with my brother. So this speaks to everything that I talk about in the book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. This is what I believe in my life. I work with my wife. I work with my brother. I work with my kids. These are things that I think we can do. This is where your honeypot is. This is where your wealth is located. Your wealth is in your family. Your wealth is in the people around you. Your wealth is in the people that you choose to have around you. That's where your power is. So Black love is Black power, 100%. Give me a yes in the chat if you agree. Give me a yes in the chat if we can just find some way to love each other despite all the nonsense. All right, so let's move on. One other thing I learned from my wife over time and just learned in general is that if you make the right moves, it can make you better. These are pictures of before and after. Can y'all see that picture? Can y'all see the picture of the fat boys and the skinny boys? Let me know if y'all see that. Yeah, so you can see there that there were two versions of me. There's the big guy on one side, and the thinner guy on the other side. And that came from a consistent commitment to surrounding myself with someone, particularly my wife, who was going to push me to be different. For years, I'd been trying to lose weight. I wasn't able to do it because I was doing it by myself. But when I had some teamwork and I had some positive influence and motivation around me, my wife got me to run my first marathon. I never thought I'd run a marathon ever in a million years. And that's what led to me, getting slim, trim, and sugar free. And to this day, we work out every single day. She gets up at 6 a.m. I go with her. I drag my butt out of the bed, and it makes so much of a difference. Health is wealth. And for any young person in here, I encourage you to consider, to consider getting around people that are going to make you become a different version of yourself. All right, so let's move on. So again, I asked you earlier, can you give me a yes? Now, Mark F says next slide. Can you all see the next slide? I'm sharing my slides now. I'm a little bit worried now because Mark says he can't see all the slides. So yeah, you don't see the slide, do you? Oh man, this sucks. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try a different approach and pull them up in a different way. See, y'all are really helping me. I want you to know that because I totally am like guessing right now in terms of what's going to work and what isn't going to work. So I'm sorry about the mix up, but you guys got invited because you're like a special little group of people that I admire and respect. And I didn't really want to talk to everyone at the same time because I knew stuff like this was going to happen. So I hope it's okay. I hope it's all right that I'm kind of messing up. This is part of the game. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find the file and upload it so we can do it this way. All right. Okay. All right. So Boyce is hitting the button. Boyce has hit the upload button. All right. So let me know if you have any questions so far. If you have any questions about anything that we've talked about so far, I can answer your questions. And thank you again for your patience. I appreciate that. This is I don't know if I think Chanel is in here. There we go. Chanel says, yes, we're live. Dr. Boyce is testing it. Yes, I am. And as Chanel knows right now, the new software is not passing the test, but it's okay though. We're going to keep trying. We're going to keep on going. All right. All right. So Jamal says, don't trip, Doc. We're with you all the way, bro. Well, thank you. That really means a lot to me. It means a whole lot to me. So let's try it this way. Let's try another approach, shall we? Here we go. Let's see if this works. All right, so this is not as efficient as I wanted. I wanted to actually pull the words down one by one. But in case you missed the baby Boyce picture, there's the baby Boyce picture, and then this is the second one that came up. Did y'all see that? Give me a yes or no if you saw that one. And then here is the next one. This is me proposing to my wife. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that picture? How many of y'all saw that earlier? Let me know. Give me a yes or no if you saw it earlier. You did see it earlier. Okay, some of you saw it, some of you didn't. Sharon says no. Shanta says yes. Okay. All right. Lisa says yes. Dr. Vibe says yes. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Did y'all see this one? Did y'all see the fat Boyce and the skinny Boyce? Yes or no? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of no's. That tells me that maybe this approach is better. All right, let's rock it out. Let's keep going then. So yeah, so the point I wanted to make here is that the one big thing that I really learned is that when you're really trying to change who you are, it's really hard because who you are is limited by who you are. And it's hard for you to be somebody different from who you are, if you know what I mean. So the biggest way to become somebody different from who you are and to really level up is to get around people that are different from who you are. Like the old you is not good enough. That's what I had to learn. I had to learn that in order for the new me to be born, the old me had to die. I had to commit a homicide and do an autopsy on the old me in order to create the new me. I had to do that. So this guy on the right that's wearing the darker suit, he's a different guy from the guy on the other side, who's wearing the lighter suit. The guy, the lighter suit, he would eat pizza, he would eat ice cream, he ate whatever he wanted. He would do maybe a few minutes on the bike, but he didn't really take his working out seriously, and he didn't eat the right way. This other guy, he eats stuff that I don't like as much. He works out harder than the old me would have enjoyed, and that was because he had a wife who was an absolute workout fanatic who would go to the gym every single day. And she never made him go to the gym every single day. She would just say, I'm going to the gym. Do you want to go? And because I knew that what she was saying was consistent with a promise I made to myself, that's what got me up. That's what still gets me up. I still don't want to do it. but I really like the results. I like the difference. And that's when I learned really that no matter what age you are, no matter what stage you are, peer pressure matters, right? So, whatever kind of person you want to be, find a community that matches that. I'm very intentional about what energy I do and don't allow into my life. And that's why, for example, when I started getting more well known, people would say crazy things on the internet just to get views or whatever on their videos, just making things up. And I just don't watch. I never watch any of that. I don't internalize any of that. I focus on the mission. I focus on the goal. That's all I think about every single day. So anyway, let's keep going. So I want to ask your permission again. Basically, is it okay if I rock it out and give you some information and break some things down in a way that's beneficial to you? Is it okay if I spend 10 minutes giving you a quick offer to join us in the Prime program? And some of you are already in the Prime program, and I encourage you to give an honest assessment of how you feel about the program. And Chanel from our customer service team is really Chanel's like an executive with our company. She's in the chat, so that means that if you're not happy, this is an example of how good our customer service is in the Black Business School. It is top notch. Our net promoter score is through the roof, higher than Microsoft, Amazon, Harvard University, etc. Chanel's presence is an example of how committed we are, how obsessed we are with making sure you're 100% happy with anything you invest in the Black Business School. We'd love to have your support. We'd love working with you. We'd love to do a trade with you. But if you're not happy, then we're not happy, and our team really jumps on that. It's a tip top priority for us. So that's why I'm very confident with saying that if anybody's in the Prime program that's in this room right now, ask them their honest opinion. Let them tell you, hey, I've invested in this and I really like it. Or if they don't like it, then I want to talk to them so I can find out what did we do, how can we do things better. Okay. So thank you very much for giving me permission. Let's rock it out. Let's get going. All right. So let's talk about stock options. What's a stock option? Well, stock option is, and I know there's a lot of information on the slide, and I hope that that's okay. I'm gonna take my big face off of here so you can really read this. An option is basically something that you've known about your whole life. An option is the right to do something, but not the obligation. Right? Give me a yes in the chat if you know what it means to have options. How many of you have gone through life and known what it's felt like to have options or to not have options? Or if you think about dating, when my girls ask me for dating advice, I say, well, typically, if you're in a conflict or in some sort of issue with a boy, the person with the most options usually wins. They have the most power in the relationship. So options are always good. Options are the cousin to freedom. Freedom and options are kind of connected. So you've always known what it's like to have options or not have options. So every option, what happens though in the stock market is that with stock options, it gives you another type of option. It gives you the option to buy or sell something on or before a certain date. You can buy or sell something on or before a certain date. And the two things that the two contractors agree on are the time that the deal has to happen and the amount that the deal must happen. So, for example, someone can pay you money and say, I have the option or the right to buy your stock between now and next Friday for a certain price. So every option must have a buyer and must have a seller. Also, the market's pretty huge. There's 40 million options contracts traded every day. It's basically what I call seasoning for the stock portfolio. There is, there's your stock portfolio where you own your stocks, and options allow you to add a little extra spice so that you're then able to benefit from the market in an extraordinary way. Okay, so I love stock options a lot. All right, so let me take this off of here so you can see it. So here's the thing about options that people don't talk about. Those who buy options don't typically make a lot of money. And what happens is that the people who actually buy options are typically looking for risk. The other person that sells them the option is looking to get rid of risk. So ultimately, in our sort of approach, I don't necessarily want to take on more risk. I want to sell that risk to somebody else. So effectively, what people don't talk about is in the options market during the pandemic, a lot of people were buying stock options like crazy, and they were buying them because they wanted to take on that risk, and many of them were losing money. But what they didn't talk about is on the other side of the deal, there are people who are selling those options. Okay, they're selling those options. Now, by the way, if anybody wants to get copies of these slides, if you go to my website, boycewatkins.com, there's something there. There's the recording of the trainings up there for you. You can grab it there also. So feel free to go to boycewatkins.com and you can find them there. All right. So basically, what I do is I don't necessarily buy a lot of options. I sell them, and I sell them because it gives you cash, like right there in your pocket, money right away. And let me give you an example. So let's say the current stock price is at $80 and I own that stock. and somebody believes the price is going to go up to $82 in 1 week. Well, what happens is they pay me money. They say, if the stock goes up to 82, then I can buy your stock for 82, right? So that means if it goes to 83, 84, 85, I still agree to sell it to them for 82. So effectively, what they're doing is they're paying me money to gamble with my stock. Okay. So I want to ask you all this question. So basically, in this example, they're the gambler, you're the house. If you think about it, when you go to Vegas, what do? You pay money so that you can take chances, you can take risk, and you can gamble. And so you have the gambler and you have the house. Who typically wins, the gambler or the house? Which side typically wins on average over the long haul? The gambler or the house? Answer that in the chat. I'll give you a second to think about that. What do you think? The house, right? The house always wins. The house wins, right? And so effectively, when I saw the options market kind of blowing up, I didn't want to be the gambler. I didn't want to buy a bunch of options. I wanted to be the house. And so effectively, when you are the house, what you're effectively doing is you own the stock and you're selling options on the stock, almost like owning a chicken and selling the eggs on the chicken. Or someone wants to pay you money to bet on how many eggs the chicken's going to have, and you say, "Look, I got a chicken. Just pay me money. I get my money, and you can just have a good time." If you to think about Vegas, why would gamblers even go and take on this bet when they know the house always wins? Well, the reason they do that is because they don't mind losing a little bit of money to take a chance, right? So even at big casinos, even though the house typically wins, maybe 30, 40% of the gamblers that walk in the casino walk away with money, but the other 60, 70% don't make any money, right? So if you want to take a chance on being in that top 30, 40%, then you can. But some people don't want that. Some people just want consistent income. I'm more of a bird in the hand over a bird in the bush kind of guy. I don't really need this tremendous, crazy upside. I just like consistent income. So effectively what I do is I don't really buy options, I sell them. That's the point. Right. So today what I'm going to show you is a couple of things. One, I'm going to show you why selling stock options is a better investment than real estate. It's been better, much better for me than real estate has been. Also, I'm going to show you why selling stock options is easier than running a business. Third, I'm going to show you why selling stock options is better than simply owning shares of stock. So, in the pandemic, my wife and I decided to go to Atlanta and buy a house. So we bought this house. My wife loved it, and we decided that because we weren't in Atlanta enough, we would just rent it out. Well, when we rented it out, we this happened. The bathroom got flooded because one of us forgot to pay one of the electricity bills. I'm gonna say one of us, but really it was me of us. When the one of us is really me. And what happened was the basement got flooded, and there was mold, and the bathroom had to be gutted, and it cost us thousands of dollars to fix this thing. And it wasn't just the money; it was a pain in the butt. A big chunk of the profits we were going to make from renting the place out, it was gone, and it just kind of got to be kind of a little bit of a pain. Not to say that real estate is bad; it's just that it comes with expenses, lots of expenses. And so the first epiphany that I learned is that real estate is a tough way to make money compared to what I was doing with my stock options, because I was actually making more money. I had a higher ROI, and it took less work. I could do my options, in the bed or while I'm sitting, in front of my house, like drinking lemonade or something. I didn't have to actually go and sign a bunch of contracts and talk to contractors that were going to come in and fix things, or deal with making tenants pay on time and stuff like that. And so basically, my ROI on real estate is about 10%. My ROI on selling stock options is much, much higher. One year was about 60%, but that's kind of a high number, honestly. But it would still be much higher than what I would make on real estate. Our real estate money is okay, but we really own real estate for diversification purposes, not because that's a major stream of income or a stream of cash flow for the family. Now, the other thing I've done is I've started a lot of businesses, several businesses. I love the freedom of running my own business. I like the idea of not being a slave. I love the money. I've made millions of dollars over time. But the problem is I was tired. I used to work 14 hours a day, and I had 5 meetings a day, and I had to cut down the number of meetings I had. And I just realized I don't really want to work for money anymore. I don't want to trade time for money. That's actually a terrible trade, because when you think about this, right, you have so many hours of your life that you're alive, and it just kind of sucks that we were raised to believe that you're supposed to trade time for money. because time is so precious, you can't get it back. But we trade so much of our time for that job. So even if you have a high paying job, I know people who are like these lawyers that are like in their 50s who have more clients than they can count, and they're making an insane amount of money, like 400, $500 an hour. But then what happens is that they start getting tired. The money doesn't excite them anymore. They start to their quality of life can decay very easily. The marriage falls apart. Kids don't know you. You're stressed out all the time. Then you start realizing, wait a minute, maybe I had the wrong dream all along. And so the dream used to be to trade my time for a lot of money, but now the dream is to not have to trade my time, to have both time and money, right? So that I could, or at least enough of both that I can enjoy each one, right? To enjoy your time, you need a little bit of money, but to enjoy your money, you need a little bit of time. Give me a yes if you understand what I'm saying. Give me a yes if you agree that's the idea. It's really that word balance. That word balance is one that doesn't get used enough. The next generation after mine, the millennials and the Gen Zs, they get it a little bit better than us, and I would encourage you to kind of consider that. So effectively, this is what I think strategies like this can allow you to do, is to have that balance between money and time. So my second epiphany is that passive income is much more enjoyable than active income. I'd rather earn money without doing a bunch of stuff than earn money by having to do a bunch of stuff. And that's what I want for my kids. I don't even want them to have to figure it out. I figured it out for them. So here's the third thing. I've owned a lot of stock in hundreds of companies. My students do too. Stock ownership actually is the number one key to wealth in America. It's very, very difficult in America to build massive amounts of wealth without participating in the stock market. It's very difficult to save your way to wealth. Every study that I saw during all the years I was on the faculty of Syracuse and working on my PhD, almost every study I saw showed that stock ownership was the number one driver in wealth in America. And so it's kind of unfortunate that a lot of people don't know that and don't believe that, but it's true. It's true. It's true. All the data says this. Now, here's the thing. The problem with stock, though, that makes it difficult, though, is you have to wait till the price goes up before you can make your money. So sometimes if the market goes down, you don't have your cash flow, right? So you're looking for that other stream of cash flow. And a lot of you had asked me this many times. You said, how do I make money off my stock if the stock's not going up, or if it's going sideways, or even if it's going down? And that happens. As you saw, up until earlier this year, the market was absolutely getting pummeled. I mean, just obliterated. And so the question becomes, how do you make income when the market's getting obliterated? Well, remember, when you sell options, what you're doing is you're selling, and you don't have to make this deal with a person. You don't meet the people that you're actually selling them to. You go through a clearinghouse. You can do it on your app. It takes just a few seconds to do, but you're selling the upside, right? So someone who wants to bet, gamble, speculate can buy options on your stock, right? So even if the stock doesn't go up, you still get to keep the money. I like that. I'd rather know how much money I have than to speculate on how much I might have. Right. And so I have several portfolios. One of my portfolios is long-term growth and speculation and all that. But another one of my portfolios is just to generate cash flow, because cash flow is required to pay bills. Right. So effectively, this is what I was able to do when the market was going down, and still generate cash flow to be able to still operate and do the things I wanted to do. All right. So what I learned, the third epiphany that I came to, and I've known this for a long time. I've known it over 20 years. I just didn't really start applying it until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, when I sat back and thought about the theories we learned in grad school, is that a bird in the hand is worth more than 10 birds in the bush. So you don't have to sell all your stocks to generate income. So when you want to generate income on your portfolio, you don't actually have to sell the stock, and you don't have to wait for the price to go up. You don't have to be greedy to invest. You can let others take the risk. You can sell risk to other people, because your stock is like, think of your stock like a pregnant cow or something, right? So a pregnant cow can give you two things. It can give you milk and give you babies, right? So basically what you're doing is you're saying, look, this is my cow. I want to keep owning this cow. However, if you collect money and this cow has a lot of babies, a baby cows, and produces a ton of milk, you can then buy the cow and buy all the milk if you want to, but you have to pay me cash for the right to even think about doing that. Do you understand? So you're effectively collecting, it becomes literally a cash cow, right? Haha, pun intended, right? Because you're earning cash flow from this cow that's sitting there, and you're really just selling the possibility that certain things are going to happen. And people, the financial markets are so magical that you can actually sell possibility. You can sell time. You can sell risk. Like, this is what makes the market so beautiful. So anyway, so let me ask you a question. I wanted to make this a short kind of breakdown. You told me that if I nailed it, you'd allow me to make an offer to you. So I did. Did I introduce you to something that changes your perspective? Like, do you feel like you've been introduced to something that can benefit you, something that can help take your economics to the next level? Do you think that selling stock options is something that you would consider doing at some point in your life? Right? Give me a yes in the chat. All right. And also, what I can say to you is that you can do this on all different kinds of stocks. You can do this on low risk stocks, high risk stocks, low cost stocks, high cost stocks. It's a pretty cool way to generate income. And in fact, what I'll do is one day I'll just make up a little calculation and show you the ROI that you might get from, say, trading Ford or something like that. We can do that on a different day. I'll send you guys a text and let you know when that's going to happen. All right. So let me lay this out really quick. So I want to talk to you guys about the Prime program, which is Prime stands for Passive Recurring Income Machine. And it's a new coaching program in the Black Business School. It's safe. It's designed to generate safe passive income. I do stock market research for the students and income research to determine which stocks are going to generate the most income, almost like, again, researching which cows can produce the most milk, that kind of thing. And so what it does is it shows you how to set your time horizon, manage your risk, what I call the Dr. Boyce method of selecting stocks, and also how to safely leverage your portfolio in a productive way. And so here's an example of a real example. This is real money that really could be really put in a real account right now. Okay. So let's say you are selling options on Coinbase. Okay. So the current stock price on Coinbase at the time of this, that I prepared this slide, is $81.77. So let's say that somebody says, I think Coinbase is going to go up to $84, right? So you can get on your app, you can look and see what is the cost of an option where the person who pays this money to me has the right to buy my Coinbase stock if it rises to $84. Okay. And so effectively, that's what you're doing. You're collecting the income from somebody who says, I don't want to buy your stock right now, but if it goes past 84, I want to own it. Okay. So sure, you don't get anything past 84, but you get everything up until 84. So if it goes to 82 or 83, you get that money. But if it goes past 84, they get everything beyond 84, but you get everything up to 84. So that first, $2.23 is yours. After that, it belongs to them. So in a way, it's like taking on a business partner. That's kind of what it is, right? In a partnership, you get some of the money, but you don't get all the money. But you don't get all the money, but you get some of the money, if you know what I mean. All right. So to own 100 shares of Coinbase might cost you $8,177, right? So the options premium per share that you might get to sell these options for 1 week will be $2.31 per share. So the money I receive right now, the money that goes in my account right now, today, as soon as I tap the numbers into my phone, will be $231. That's $2.31 times 100. That's what I get right now. That's real money. I can take that money and go to Target, Walmart, Kmart, Kmart's gone, but you get the point. All right. Now, here's the thing. So at that point, we sit back and see what happens. So if the stock rises, let's say it goes to 99 or it goes beyond 84. I put 90 above 99. I probably meant to write 84, but it doesn't matter, right? We're still experimenting here. Here's what you get. They come back and they say, okay, you promised me that I can buy this stock from you at 84 if it goes past 84. So I'd like to exercise my option. That's what they call it, exercising your option. So they buy your stock for 84. That's what this 84 minus 81.77 is. So they're going to pay 84. Now remember, your stock was worth 81.77. And so you're going to get that profit there. Plus you get the 231 you already collected. So you get $454 for your trouble. So yes, someone gets your stock, but you made money too. You understand? You made money too. You did not lose. You still made money. And so your return on investment for just 1 week is 454 divided by 81.77, which is 5.5%. That's pretty good. So you can then take that money, and if you want to, you can buy the stock back if you want, or you can go and wait until the stock price goes down, buy it again. You can buy another stock. You can buy something else with it, right? So you still have your money. You don't lose your stock. You're just selling it, right? And and options are something that's used in all kinds of industries. Hollywood uses options all the time. Sometimes they'll tell an actor or tell a writer, look, we don't want to buy your script, but we want to buy an option to buy your script, right? So we'll give you money just to hold it for us in case we decide to buy it for a certain price. And at that point, you agree on two variables. the time the time that you have until the clock strikes zero, and also the price that you must pay to exercise the option. Okay. So here, if you look at this, right now, what I want you to think about is let's process this like it's real estate. Okay. So here, a person bought, used about 100 shares of Coinbase. If you're on Robinhood, they'll loan you part of that money. I think they might loan you like 40% of that money. So you don't have to put up the whole 8177. You have to put up 60% of that, right? So you can do that with as a family investment or whatever. But then you're talking about consistent income, right? So if the stock price doesn't go above 84, guess what you can do? You can sell the option again the following week. Literally, there are people that do this every single week, and that's how they generate their income. In fact, I know that there are people like that that exist because I'm one of them, right? So effectively, this 231 per week, that's 800, or what's that? 231 times four, that's up $900 a month in income generated from an investment of only 8177. Now, let's compare it to real estate. Let's assume that this is a dirt cheap house. So let's multiply it by 10. Let's take instead of 8177 on 100 shares, let's say you have 1,000 shares, $81,000. Now, give me a yes or no. Can I buy a decent house anywhere for $81,000? I mean, really, like a house that you would actually want to live in and that you can make decent income from. Do you really think you could buy a good house for $81,000 when the average house in America now is about 400,000 bucks? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, Lisa says yes. Would you live in an $81,000 house? That like Brand, let's say you bought it today. Renee says no. LD says no. Right? Christine says no. Right? You can't. Yeah. All right. So that would be a pretty good deal, right? To be able to buy a decent house for $81,000. There's not a decent house really out there for 81,000. There's a fixer upper, maybe houses you can try to flip, but the flipping will cost you another $100,000 to flip, right? But $81,000. Jason says it would have no roof. Yeah, but let's handicap ourselves, right? So, but let's assume that you're talking about an $81,000 property, right? And so that's the same as buying 1,000 shares of Coinbase based on the market price at the time I put this together. Um, and instead of generating $231 a week, you add a zero. So 231 times 10, how much is that per week in income? Somebody put that in the chat so I can make sure I'm not talking too fast. Because when I start talking about this, I really honestly legit do get excited, and I start talking fast when I get excited, and I don't want to lose anybody. Can y'all see the video? John says the connection's unstable. Can y'all see give me a yes if you see the video. Yeah, 2310, $2,310. That's per week. That's per week. That's in a week. That's pretty awesome, right? That's $8,000, almost $9,000 a month on an 81,000. I mean, that's crazy, right? That's an insane amount of money. These are real numbers that I got off of the app right now on Robinhood. In fact, if I would open up my Robinhood app right now and give you the updated numbers on Coinbase, today is let's see, September 19th, and let's see, so that's Tuesday. So if I looked at Coinbase, the numbers would be a little bit awkward because it's the middle of the week. But let me just kind of see. The price of Coinbase is $78.51. If I bought or if I sold a call option with a strike price of say 82, it would be, let's see, to the 29th. It's expired on the 29th. It would cost a little bit less than $2, right? So these options they go up and down in value, but generally speaking, this can be done anytime, right? This can be done weekly, this can be done monthly, or whatever the case may be. And so again, while Coinbase is a little bit higher in the spectrum in terms of ROI, there are others out there that might pay a little bit less and have a little bit less risk, a little bit less volatility, but the numbers blow away real estate. That's the point. That's the point. My wife and I, for that house I showed you, the one where the bathroom blew up and we had to pay all the money to get it fixed, that house cost us about $700,000. It generates approximately $3,500 a month. I could probably get 42 or 4,300 if I wanted to, but I didn't want to gouge the tenant on the rent because she was a friend of my aunt's and she's a single mother, and I just didn't feel like that would be right. I just wanted to make enough money to be able to pay the mortgage. But still, if you look at options, it just there's no comparison. Okay. And now, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, there should be a link pinned to the top. If you want to come inside the Zoom where Chanel can share links with you and things like that, you can feel free to click that link and come on in. All right, so let's keep going. So here's what you get in the program. Here's what you get in the Prime program. You get access to biweekly coaching calls. I meet with the students all the time. I text them all the time. I share information, as much information as possible. I show them my own portfolio. We go in and we look at the stuff that I'm doing, and everything's recorded, so that's yours for life. You also get access to our financial Juneteenth investing masterclass. So if you're a beginner at investing, no worries. We have you covered. The Black Business School, we got a lot of great material from events that we've done, and the Financial Juneteenth Investing Masterclass is yours for free. You get access to what Dr. Boyce is buying. That's where every week I select 5 stocks that I like based on my research, and it's all available to you. That's there. You get access to family investment support group consultations. And my wife works with me in the program where she is our financial therapist. And what she does in our Black financial therapy department is we talk about things like financial trauma, financial anxiety, risk tolerance, how you process risk, how it affects you, how stress might affect you, so that you don't make financial mistakes. The biggest mistakes investors make involve fear and greed. Fear and greed are 2 emotions that have to be managed with investing because it costs you money. Fear will cause you to sell too fast. Greed will cause you to go too far. So ultimately, we talk about this. Now, Shania, thank you for your comment. Shania's in Prime. If you're a student in Prime, because I didn't tell, when I sent the text that I didn't say you couldn't come if you were already in the program. If you're in the program, I hope you'll share your testimonial right here live in an honest fashion with the students that are here, so they'll just know, that this is not, we're not pretending. Like this, this is really a great program. All right, so let's keep going. Access to Dr. Boyce money makers. These are my personal biweekly stock option selections. These are stocks that I'm actually utilizing to generate income on my own. And what has to happen is they have to be curated and picked in a certain context. The risk has to be managed in a certain way. And so if you're not sure what to do or how to move, I find stuff and I share the list with you. It's not investing advice, but I literally show you what I'm doing and what I like, and I explain why. All right, and also you get access to the training program we have on how to invest in stock options. So if you're interested in the buy side of stock options, you get full access to our stock options training program, so you can actually buy and sell options on your own, however you want to approach it. And then also you get access to a lot of material we put together just on stock market investing in our Black Money 102 program, which talks about how to invest in the stock market. Now, the value of all the materials you receive, added up, if you were to add it up in the Black Business School, will be $8,692 per year, right? And I think that's a pretty awesome number because universities charge a whole lot more, and I know for a fact that we do a better job than 99% of the universities out here. I already know this because the students have told us this. The cost to attend Syracuse University, where I used to teach, was $73,845. The cost to join this program is $29.99 per year, and that's the price that you would get on the website, and that is the official price of the program. Now, the price today, if you want to join today, will be $19.99. So if you want to go and take advantage of that, you can. And also, but before you do that, let me finish talking to you. So I want to ask you a question. Just answer me, just honestly. If this made you an extra $50,000 a year, would it be worth it? Yes or no? If this made you an extra $20,000 a year, would it be worth it? Yes or no? If it made you an extra 10,000, let's say that it didn't go as well as you thought it would go, and you only made 10,000 a year, would it be worth it? Yes or no? Okay, so I think that what we're saying here is that this is a really good deal. It's a great deal, and in fact, it's even buy one get one free. Right. So if you have a spouse or someone in your household that wants to be a part of the program too, you don't have to have 2 memberships. We're not going to nickel dime you. You can bring your partner to class. We have husband wife teams that come in, and people bring their kids and things like that. And so feel free to come in and bring your family as well. So here's some testimonials. One student wrote, the information given, the openness and honesty, the ability to be able to communicate with Dr. Boyce, to ask questions or gain positive insight. That's what Danny Dean likes about the program. The monthly option, if you want to join monthly, the monthly fee is $3.99 per month. And the monthly fee for today is $3.49. So the price is reduced for those of you that want to sign up now. and I'll give you the URL where you can sign up in 1 second. And Chanel, if you want to even go ahead and share that, you can. So here, what our students are saying. I love how you give everyday illustrations to explain what you're saying. Says Inez Boykin. Jose Lopez Ramos says it has totally changed the way I look at the market. I would think there's no way I can learn this stock market stuff. Now I'm filled with hope that I can use this information to make positive changes in my family's life. All right. So if you want to sort of think about what an extra 10,000 or $3,000 per month, just 3,000 per month or something like that could do for your life. Well, think about this. The average used car note is $503. The average mortgage payment on a $300,000 house is $2,071. So that would leave $426 per month left over. And if you were to invest that over a 20-year period, you're talking about over $100,000 in generational wealth. So that additional income is usually the difference maker in terms of being able to save and invest at the level that you'd like. And that's what this program is designed to do. This is designed to do one thing, to make it easy to generate passive income from stocks that you own in a guided, safe framework that isn't, that's real life, that's not something that's kind of made up. Fast action bonus for the first 10 people that sign up. One, you can get a private coaching session with me and 5 other people that sign up. It's the first 5. So the first 5 that sign up, you can get a private coaching session with 5 of us, and Chanel will set that up directly once you let her know in the chat that you signed up. And you can also get 2 VIP tickets to the All Black National Convention, which is the largest gathering of intelligent Black people on the planet. And it's going to be in Atlanta this year, October 20th through the 22nd. And I see Jonathan Scott's in the chat. He says, I've been in the Prime program and it helped me see the power of stock ownership, selling options and strategies that I use to protect my money in stocks. Jonathan, let them know. Did I tell you to say this? Did I know that you were even going to be here today? No, I did not. I do not know Jonathan Scott personally, but I appreciate you sharing your honest experience. So the total value of all the bonuses is $19.97. Now, if you now a recap of what you get is you get access to the biweekly coaching calls. You get access to the Financial Juneteenth Investing Masterclass. You get access to what Dr. Boyce is buying, where I share the stocks that I love that week. Access to the monthly family investment support group consultations with Dr. Alicia. You get access to the investment club training program, where I give you blueprints on how to form an investment club so that you can get with your family and pool your money together and do this the same way you would do with real estate, right? What I'm really advocating for is instead of just pooling your money to go buy property, you can pool your money to buy another kind of property, like, Microsoft stock or something, which won't require as much work. You get access to Dr. Boyce Money Makers, where I share the options or the stocks that I'm selling options on. You get access to how to invest in the stock options training program. You get access to Black Money 102, which is our stock market training camp. All right, so let's keep going. You have a couple of options. And by the way, if you want to just jump in there and make your move now, I'm going to give you the URL if you'd like to have it now. Some of you are asking for the URL. It's drboyceprime.com. Okay. And so there is the URL where you can go and sign up now if you'd like. So you can take no action at all. If you take no action at all, then if you lose $1,000 a month, that over 12 months, that's $12,000 a year. If you lose $2,500 a month for not participating, that's $30,000 a year. You could also, if you wanted to, you can go alone. Go it alone. You could try to figure it out. The problem is that you won't have the guidance that I'll give in order to avoid the risk and explain exactly what to look for in certain stocks and what to watch out for. You won't get action alerts when I see investing opportunities, similar to when we found Madrigal Pharmaceuticals that I think it 5x'd over in one weekend. A lot of you made money that were in the Prime program. You won't be part of the investment collective. There's a Prime group that we're creating on our social media platform, Blag Enough, that allows the students to connect with each other. You won't get direct coaching from me and the team, and you won't get the insider secrets on what strikes to choose, what options, things like that. Students bring their specific examples to me to class, and I answer a trillion questions on exactly what they're doing every time we meet. So here's another comment from another student. This is from Letitia Parker. She says, Dr. Boyce is so thorough in his explanations. The example he gives are very clear and easy to understand. I highly recommend the courses because you will most likely definitely get your money's worth. Actually, you get more than your money's worth because he goes above and beyond in making sure that the students learn what they need to be successful. He's simply the best. Well, I appreciate that comment. Thank you so much for saying that. And so the last piece I want to give you is, and I mean this with everything, is everything that we do in the Black Business School comes with a Dr. Boyce hassle-free refund guarantee, which says that if you're not happy for any reason, just send an email in the first 30 days to support@theblackbusinessschool.com. In fact, we're so sure you're going to love it that we will not only give you your money back, but we'll give you a free $1,000 program, $1,000 worth of stuff, just to say sorry and ask you how can we do better, because we're that sure that you're going to love it. So if you want to take advantage of the offer, you can go to drboyceprime.com. There are discount codes already in there, and also one other and that's pretty much it. That's it. That's the conversation. That's the layout. If you go to drboyceprime.com, the codes are there that will give you the discount to sign up. And actually, what I want to do though is um, I'm thinking that since you guys were able to be patient with me and kind of let me do the whole guinea pig thing, not that you're just guinea pigs, but I think I might, maybe I'm the guinea pig, because I told you guys we were trying new software. Let me see if I have a special code that'll really give you a special price. So let me see here if this code works. Yeah, if you sign up, for the first 20 of you that sign up for the annual offer, use the code Dr. Boyce Special, Dr. Boyce Special, all one word, and that will drop your price down from the 17.99. It'll take another $1,000 a year off. So the first 20 of you that sign up can use the code Dr. Boyce Special. That code will last for 24 hours. I'm gonna type it in here, all one word, and I'll show you how to put it in there. All you have to do is go to the page, and what I'll do is I'll go to the page and show you. If you go to the page, drboyceprime.com, and you click on annual. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. I'll show you how to use it if you want to use the code. Yeah, so it's Dr. Boyce Special. Let's see. Okay, window. Here we go. All right. So here's the page, right? Give me a yes if you can see the page. So here where it says start making money today, you click on this, it takes you to the bottom. So you can do the monthly option, which will reduces your price to $349 a month. Or here's the annual, right? And the annual says $19.99 per year. And I mentioned $17.99, but instead I can do one better than that. If you click on this, so you click on annual, there is already a discount code in there that will take the discount. What I want you to do is remove the code, and I want you to add a coupon code. This only works for the annual, though. This only works for the annual. So you put in Dr. Boyce Special, all one word. Let me know you can see that, and you hit apply, and it'll reduce your price from $29.99 a year to $7.99 a year. This is available for the first 20 people that sign up. It's available for 24 hours, and there you go. That's the offer. That's the option. So I hope that that was compelling enough to convince you to at least take a look and give it consideration. And I want to say thank you all for for experimenting this with me, and I hope that this looks like something that's compelling for you. Even if you're not interested, even if you're not ready, I'd love to get your feedback on whether you feel that the Black Business School offers a good deal for the things that you're trying to do, because we really want to be as fair as possible. We have to raise money. Because we're an institution, we have tons of people that we pay and jobs we create and stuff like that. But also, I want to just make sure that it's something you feel good about. Like I want you to feel as good when you are in there and when you walk away. If you walk away, which I hope you never walk away, but if you do, I want you to feel as good then as you do when you walk through the door. So I'll answer some of your questions now. Let's see here. Now you won your fourth badge. Christopher says that fourth badge, pokey flute. You gotta explain what that. I don't know what you mean by fourth badge. Chanel, you gotta tell me what's going on with that. I don't know. Lisa says thank you very much. You're welcome. Chanel is there for any assistance, so she's right there in the chat. Any questions for me? Hey William, how you doing? Brandon, okay, he says Unc Boyce is the man. Well, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions about the program before we head out? Any questions at all? And by the Blag Enough. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about the badges. So cool. Yeah, what's the promo? The promo is Dr. Boyce Special, all one word. So if you put in Dr. Boyce Special, I'll type it on the screen so you can see it. So go to drboyceprime.com, click on annual, and type in Dr. Boyce Special. You can get the really steep discount, and that'll be available for 24 hours. So there you go. I put that on the screen. Wait, now I'll take it off. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see here. More questions, please. I want to answer any and all questions you have, especially those of you that are not ready. Like I'd like to know what your questions are, so maybe I can help you can reconsider for the future or something like that. I bought different programs in Black Business School and have learned a lot about the stock market, says Jonathan Scott. Good, good. That's what we want. We want you to, and the majority of our students say this. We want you to walk away and say that you invested far less than you spent going to college, but you got far better information. You got a far better knowledge base. The training was better. We have PhDs and attorneys, and at the convention last year we had a billionaire there. We had the chairman of the Air Jordan brand. He's the reason Michael Jordan shoes are selling all around the world. Larry Miller was at the convention last year, and so we're doing really amazing stuff. It's really working. That's why Kanye West called me during the convention. I didn't have time to really talk to him, but at that moment, he was the most talked about person on the planet. He wanted to know what we were doing. So what we're doing here in the B1 space, I don't want you to underemphasize this. Like we're really winning. Like this is really succeeding. It's going according to plan. And one day when we get the resources that I really expect us to have, we're gonna really change some things. We've already changed a lot, but this is just the beginning. Let's see here. How much stock do I need to own to sell options? To sell options, Pharaoh, you have to have 100 shares of the stock. So 100 shares will get you started. Ricardo, Dr. Boyce wanted to the 5 stock alerts are they the same as the stock you're selling options on? No. The stock alerts, when I send you the profit alerts, these are stocks that are good long-term investments. The ones I sell options on, we talk about that more so in the program. But I can add one of those in as a profit alert at some point. So it's not so that's something that we can talk about. Let's see here. How much do you need to have in your account to place the first trade? There's no baseline amount. You can have any amount that you want. Let's see here. Melody says she's all signed up. Congratulations, Melody. Clapping for you, girl. Way to go. Good job. Good job. Let's see here. Chanel has the code in there. It's Dr. Boyce Special. It's on the screen. So if you want to get that annual super discount, it'll be available for 24 hours. It's Dr. Boyce Special. So you may want to write that down. And the URL is drboyceprime.com. Which company is better for me to start investing in? Well, there's so many out here, Lisa. Let's see. What was a company that I just bought shares in? Tesla, actually. I actually like what's going the prospects of Tesla as a long-term investment, not as a company to sell options on, even though you can do okay with it, but there's better ones out there. But Tesla is a company I just bought some shares in. Let's see here. This is going to be a college substitute. Good job. Great. Well, I hope you'll consider sending your kids to us because we're actually developing some really great programs that can get kids ready. And we're like we literally are the Black economic surgeons for the Black community in terms of understanding Black wealth at a level nobody else does because that's all we focus on. So effectively, that's what our goal is, and that's all we're thinking about. Which trading platform do you recommend for selling options? We use Robinhood for our examples. And if you logged in right now, if you log in to Dr. Boyce Prime right now, .com, drboyceprime.com, you will see a ton of examples on exactly how you can get started right now tonight. There's so much stuff in there that literally you could work for an entire year without ever talking to me and still not go through everything. So you don't have to go through everything. I'm not telling you to go through everything. We have a roadmap that's in there. Chanel is available in every class to answer your questions, make sure you're happy. And there's just really good stuff in there that's already there right now. Let's see. I heard Apple's doing okay since they released their new devices. Yeah, I haven't checked that stock, but Apple stock tends to go down after their launches, though. But like right after the launch, they'll go up a little bit, but then they tend to trend downward. Let's see. Are you going to see that GameStop movie? There's a GameStop movie. I didn't know that there was. I'll go check it out. I invest about $500 per year in an investment portfolio, but I don't understand the stock market. That's okay, Fiona. Actually, to be a good long-term investor, you don't really need to understand everything. Sometimes not understanding everything is better, believe it or not, because you follow basic rules and basic fundamentals. The people that tend to get in trouble are the ones who think they know more than they do, and they end up churning through their money. So that's how my wife made her money. She doesn't like stock stuff that much. She just kind of, um, just does the basics, and it's worked for her. Donna Brooks, what about taxes? Yes, you pay taxes on all realized income for sure. So yes, and you want to talk to your tax accountant or your tax preparer about that kind of stuff. I think it's called Dumb Money. Really? So that's a movie. It's at the theaters. I didn't know about that. Is there a time of day, week that's best to sell options? I do mine every Monday morning, and just because I get the whole week, of time to sell. Let's see, Jonathan Scott, Silvergate Capital. Okay, I don't know what you mean by Silvergate Capital, but yes, I do know Silvergate Capital. The protected puts that you recommend have been a lifesaver. I own stock in Silvergate Capital and the puts. Oh yeah, 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 right. And that's what we talk about extensively in class is the use of puts to protect your investment. Like I literally love to use real estate as the analogy to talk about this because it's the same as buying a building, renting out units of the building, but you have to buy insurance on the building. So the same thing is true. You buy your portfolio, you're renting out the options, selling the options, and generating income, and you're buying insurance by buying the puts. Right. So there's a specific strategy. What I have is a spreadsheet that I created. We call that the money grid that shows exactly what happens with each stock, exactly which strike price, exactly which time to maturity, and exactly how much money you'd make based on what happened. So all that's kind of laid out and it's all available. Chanel just loaded that spreadsheet, the money grid that you guys liked. She just put that in your Prime login. Let's see here. Let's see, if I wanted to use your example of options you make on Money on Weekly, would that be okay? Yeah, you can do whatever you want, Ricardo. And anything that I've shared here with you today, like I didn't just, I appreciate you guys hearing me out on the offer. Um, but the trade-off, the least I can do is say that anything I share with you today, you can actually operate with some of what I shared today. It's just there's a little more risk because it's kind of hard to sort of jump in without knowing all the dynamics and everything, but it's totally okay. Like I think this is good. Like that Coinbase example is a real example. You can really apply that. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Lisa says, is there any other company besides Robinhood to invest with? Yes, you can do this on a lot of different platforms. You can do it on E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, etc. We just use Robinhood for our examples in class because it's easy and it's simple to download stuff like that. All right, so I'm going to head on out of here, guys. So if you want to take advantage of the offer, this Dr. Boyce special price will be available for 24 hours. So if you go to drboyceprime.com, that's where the program is. So you can go to drboyceprime.com and put in the code Dr. Boyce Special. And let me put the URL on the screen, drboyceprime.com. Wait, sorry. Hold on. drboyceprime.com. So you can go there and you can take a look at everything that's offered there. And you can use the code Dr. Boyce Special. It only works on the annual. On the monthly, the discount's already in there. So you can do monthly for $349. You can just do the whole year for $799, which is the special price. That's your price now and forever, as long as you're a member of the program. And there you go. That's what the offer is. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for hanging out. I really enjoy seeing you as always. And let's see, is this going to be similar to the stock options bootcamp? No. This is on the sell side. The stock options bootcamp was on the buy side, and it was an introduction to stock options and sort of how they work and all the different strategies. This is an ongoing coaching program. This is where I'm coaching you and talking to you about it and answering questions consistently. The students send me their questions, and like today, I answered a bunch of their questions, and I constantly text out information, alerts, updates, stuff like that. So this is very different from the boot camp. The boot camp is more so kind of a one-time event. And it's a good event, very popular. A lot of you liked it, and it did, we got the job done. The results, we always survey students to see what you guys like and what you don't like, and the survey results were really good. So again, nothing you do in the Black Business School is ever going to disappoint you. If it ever does on any level, just know it's only because you haven't talked to one of our members of the team. One of the biggest things that our team does, because I can't do this by myself, I have a whole crew of people that are extraordinarily committed to this. And another great thing I can brag about with our team is almost everybody with our team has been here with us for 5 or 6 years. We have one person that's been here for 10 years, and a lot of the other people have been here 5, 6, 7 years. And that's because we've curated really, really committed people who don't just understand what to do on a functional level, but they understand us on a cultural level. They understand B1 culture. They respect you as Black people. They know what you're trying to accomplish. We understand your experience, and also we are customer obsessed. So our goal is, unlike the university that charged you $100,000 and didn't care if you were happy or not with your degree, we do care. And if you don't get what you're looking for, we want to give you your money back. So that's what we do in the Black Business School. So I hope you'll go take a look. It's drboyceprime.com. Again, it's buy one, get one free. So if you want to bring your family to class, that's fine too. Y'all can all share the same login. So you don't have to buy multiple if you bring your wife or something like that. And the discount code to get that special discount for 24 hours is Dr. Boyce Special. And that drops the price from $29.99 a year to $7.99. And that will disappear tomorrow at this time. So anyway, Have a good night, guys. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. Bye bye.